What's the next step in the lesbian dating handbook?
Well, in the lesbian dating handbook, the third date is when you bring the U-Haul pack of shit and move in with her.
All right, before we begin the show, let's thank our great sponsors. Our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut, all natural, non-GMO coconut water with natural electrolytes and no added sugar. You can choose from pure blueberry, pineapple, watermelon, sparkling energy, and chocolate with Once Upon a Coconut. Stay hydrated and refreshed. Plus, 10% of profits go to charity that benefit our communities, including the Down Syndrome Foundation, Breast Cancer Foundation, and the Leukemia Society. Find out where Once Upon a Coconut is sold nearest you by going to onceuponacoconut.com, put in your zip code, or you can order online. But when you do that, at checkout, make sure you put in the discount code BSPodcast10 and save yourself some gatuses. Inspect All Pest Services, inspectallservices.com. They do it all. They provide the highest quality termite, pest, and wildlife control, but they do so much more. Yes, they do. They take care of your insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding area. Again, inspectallservices.com, and thanks to Inspect All Pest Services for sponsoring all of our guests on all of the podcasts. It's the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, with the Aurora Law Firm, theauroralawfirm.com. He's got experience litigating all over the United States, so it doesn't matter where you listen to the BPX, the Mad Dog Manny Aurora and the Aurora Law Firm can help. Whether it's criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, appeals, and more, it's the Mad Dog Manny Aurora to the rescue. You can always go to jasonbailey.com for any legal questions that you have for the Mad Dog that we'll bring up on an episode of The BS. It's Ridgeline Counseling. Oh, Dr. David Markwell, one of the greatest human beings in the entire world of America. He's got 10 therapists in-house that work with him there at Ridgeline Counseling. 3 locations in Georgia, one across from Sprayberry High School in Sandy Plains. That's in East Cobb, Marietta near the Square, and McKaysville just outside of Blue Ridge. If you listen to the BPX anywhere, you can get help from Ridgeline Counseling and Dr. David Markwell and his team. They do virtual sessions. Just go to markwelltherapy.com for all that information. If you need help and you need someone to talk to, he is the best in the business. That is markwelltherapy.com. Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia. Love these guys. Family owned and operated. They're a Generac generator dealer founded in 2012, offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators. And every single one of you as a customer at Alternate Power Solutions, you'll get an upgraded warranty, free monitoring with a service contract. They offer flexible financing, which is great, semi-annual and annual service contracts for existing installations and warranty repair. They have an A+ rating with the BB&B, and you pay nothing until the job is complete and you, the customer, are a happy camper. Servicing Georgia and Tennessee. Here's the phone number, 770-853-7571. Or you can go online to poweringgeorgia.com. Make sure you use the discount code Bailey for $500 off your entire installation. And a big thanks to MVP Walk-In Tub and Shower of Atlanta. Beautiful, affordable bathing solutions. MVP Walk-In Tub and Shower is a local, family-owned company committed to enhancing your bathroom experience in Metro Atlanta. They're going to provide the highest quality, safe, and affordable walk-in tubs and showers, focusing solely on installations that elevate your home's comfort and accessibility. They service all of Atlanta, Georgia. No commission sales guys. None of that. No hassles. No high-pressure tactics. Call them at 404-493-6888, or you can go online to MVPWalk-ins.com to schedule your no-hassle appointment. You want $2,000 off? Not a problem. They're going to do that. You'll receive $2,000 off when you mention the BPX Bailey Podcast Exchange or any of the shows, MVPWalk-ins.com. And finally, Central Florida's first and only ozone therapy spa, a live ozone therapy spa in Altamont Springs, Florida, servicing all of Central Florida, Orlando, and beyond. Not only offering ozone therapy or activated oxygen therapy non-invasively through the Hocket sauna, red light therapy, halo therapy, presso therapy, PEMF, as well as numerous in-house ozone-infused products like that magnesium butter that you love. Go to AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com and get the products there. If you're in and around the area, you can book an appointment online. Alive Ozone Therapy Spa also has a brand new app that you can find with your iPhone and or your Android phone. Just go where you download your apps, or you can go to AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. Again, thanks to all of our great sponsors. We couldn't do it without you. If you are a business and we can help your brand, please go to jasonbailey.com. There's a section right there on the website for you to send me your information, and we will have that conversation. With all of that being said, let's begin.
Bye.
What do we want to talk about?
To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Welcome to the Bailey Show podcast, a guy show women love to listen to.
Intellectually immature nonsense.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
Okay, then, let's do it.
Yeah, here it is, episode 419 of the Bailey Show podcast. This is a guy show women love to listen to. That's what the people say, and who am I to argue with that? Yeah, it's all in the BPX. That is the Bailey Podcast Exchange. 3 different shows. Yes, 3 different shows, 5 days a week, all on one feed, jasonbailey.com. Hopefully you are watching on Spotify. That's what I suggest because you get the video feed there. And the Freebay episodes are also posted on the BPX's YouTube channel. Again, you can get all that on jasonbailey.com. Thanks to all of our great sponsors. Thanks to our title sponsor, onceuponacoconut.com. Use the discount code BSPodcast10 at checkout. Save yourself some Geetuses and get the best damn coconut water in the land. All right, thanks for being here. My name's Jason Bailey. There is the bald badger, Benjamin.
Bailey, what did one DNA say to the other DNA?
What did one DNA say to the other DNA? I don't know.
Do these jeans make me look fat?
Ah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, I bet.
That's good. I like that. All right, there's the Foxx with 2 X's sporting the police hat. I like it. There's Melissa Foxx, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, everybody. Buy a dozen, get a dozen Krispy Kremes for free today.
You're definitely giving hot and ready vibes for sure in that shirt.
Yeah, you look like an undercover Krispy Kreme donut worker.
Yeah, undercover. Yeah.
She's wearing a green and like if you've seen a Krispy Kreme worker, it looks like she's literally wearing their costume. Just their outfit. Yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway,
I like it.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. This podcast is released on Wednesdays. So that means Wednesday night, that would be tonight, I am heading out to the it's a ribbon cutting ceremony. It's not the grand opening. It's a ribbon cutting ceremony. You guys know who Jon Taffer is, right?
Yeah.
Bar Rescue and stuff.
Yeah, he's done a couple here in Sanford.
Does he really have one in Sanford?
2.
Did not know that. So
yeah,
I've had Jon over the years on my radio shows. I love Jon Taffer. Absolutely love Jon Taffer. And I loved his television show, The Bar Rescue and all that stuff. He doesn't have, you're saying he with Bar Rescue went to places in Sanford. He does not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't have. Yeah, I know he's got a place that's probably what you're talking about now. But
yes.
He has been on Bar Rescue, rescuing a couple venues here in Sanford.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, now I understand. Anyway, so I'm going out to his ribbon cutting ceremony for Taffer's Tavern, which he's opening up across the country. He opened one up a couple years ago back in my old neck of the woods in Roswell, Georgia, actually downtown Alpharetta. And supposedly I heard it's doing great, but this one's in Orlando, 9101 International Drive, Suite 1204. So I'll go out there. I was trying to get him on the show. Hopefully, literally just reached out to him. I had his contact information and I saw that he was having this ribbon cutting ceremony. I was like, hey, dude, you're in town. You want to come on the show? You want to stop by Live Ozone Therapy Spa? And he was like, talk to my team. I was like, sure, no problem. You talk to my team, bitch. And my team is me, by the way. And so I was talking to his team and they, invited me and Rach out, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's open to the public, so it's not like we're special, but it'll be pretty cool. And from what I remember,
we're special though.
Yeah, not even, dude. You know what? Like to watch a guy like Jon Taffer, okay, to have the success that he's had, to where he came from, that's not easy. It's very, very difficult. And just because you're on TV, I mean, yes, that helps. But that's part of the trick, right? If you're a business owner, and I know we have a lot of small business owners like myself that listen to this podcast, listen to this show, you know how difficult it is. And you're trying to always find that, I don't know, miracle niche, you always hear from successful businesses. There was that like one thing, that kid that goes around, he's got his YouTube channel, millions and millions of subscribers. And he's like, so when's the first time you became a millionaire? Love that dude. Absolutely love that dude. And he's created a multi-million-dollar business just by doing that. So simplistic. And now he's branching out where he's going to feature other businesses to help them get started. Absolutely brilliant, right? I love that kind of stuff. And so, Jon Taffer, whatever his background was, and then he has the successful television show, Right Time, Right Place. Very blueprinty TV show. It was spy, introduction, conflict, closure, that kind of thing. And then he's opening up all these. His next step is to open up all these different taverns and stuff. And one thing, not that I can sit, not that I could do a TED talk on this because I'm nowhere near at that level yet. With the success that I have had, okay, and that's on a very, very small scale. I am not putting myself over, but I did have this conversation with myself the other day. I do that often, by the way. Self. I lost my dinosaur. I lost my dinosaur in the past couple of years. And I never thought that I would do that because I'm a very confident person and I'm a very realistic person. I'm a logical person, but I lost my dinosaur. I went to California, had a horrible experience. The people that I was around were horrible individuals. I was lied to. My family suffered from it and blah, blah, blah. You guys know the story. Had to repair and recoup from that traumatic experience. And I don't let anything kink my armor. I'm not letting somebody else dictate, narrate my life. But that one was tough. And then this past year, moving back to Orlando, whether that was the smartest moves or not, because it definitely has not been what I thought it was going to be. It's, we start a business, a live ozone therapy spa. This is a business, the podcast. Believe it or not, these podcasts that we do, it's a business. It's under Bailey Entertainment LLC. It is a business. And so, this is my life. I'm most likely never going back to terrestrial radio full time or in that capacity. I doubt I'll even be asked. I don't think they have a place for me in that world. And I don't want to give up this and I'm busy. Anyway, I lost my dinosaur. And what does that mean? Well, that's a line from Step Brothers, which by the way was ad-libbed. I've learned that. And that means that you are you and you believe in certain things, you do certain things the way you do certain things for success. And when you start straying from that, you lose your dinosaur and things kind of fall to shit. They fall apart. The one thing that I've lost in the last couple years, that when you see people like Jon Taffer and successful business people, they do not lose, is confidence. You have to have confidence in yourself. You have to have confidence in what you're doing every single day in order to succeed. And I lost my dinosaur. I lost my dinosaur because there were too many variables and too many crappy things were happening around me that I couldn't control. And I just started to kind of go like this. And I started to lose my confidence. I'll give you an example of in my life when I first gained real confidence, because I was always second guessing myself as a kid, even up until my junior year. Spring of my junior year was the first time in my life that I gained real confidence in myself. And this happened. I was a football player in high school. I played a couple of years in college. I was not a great football player. I wasn't even a good football player. I was a decent football player. But before spring, my junior year in high school, I was a maybe football player. Okay. I was just in there because we had a small squad and I had size on me. That's all. And they were filling a void. They needed a warm body to get in the way. But my junior year, I got new friends, not new friends, but I gained other friends. They were, again, this is a very small school. My graduation class was a class of 101. They were the guys. They were the guys on the football team,
The fellas.
They were the fellas.
Yeah.
And so I kind of became part of that crew. And one day I'm playing offensive tackle. This just goes to show you how small our school was. I was 200.
Hilarious.
220 pounds offensive tackle. And that was big, right? And so, but I was strong, I was weight guy. And I have to go and block the middle linebacker or outside linebacker, one of the two. And that position was played by my newly good friend, Andy Hunt, who was one of the better players on the team. He had confidence, smart, good looking, athletic, nice guy.
Sounds like a middle linebacker.
We hated each other at first, but eventually we became very close. And so I come off the ball, not thinking, I just know what my job is, but he's my buddy. And we weren't hitting pad to pad. We had the dummy pads, he was holding up the yellow dummy pad. And I come off the ball and I block him. Nothing special. But he happens to trip up and fall down over somebody else. So it looks like I came off the ball and blew him off his feet, right?
Well, I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Ooh, that was getting scary for a minute there. Nice pause.
So the coach, Coach Dowling, God rest his soul, runs in the middle of this after the play's done, blows the whistle. Woo! Jace Bailey, where have you been for 4 years? Jace, this is why you get in the gym like Bailey and you work out and you get big and you get strong so you can come off the line and just destroy a middle linebacker like Andrew Hunt, who doesn't get destroyed. And he just went on and on and on about
Were you coached by the priest from Princess Bride?
Everybody knows that's Coach Dowling. I've done a Coach Dowling for years. That's Jace Bailey. We need water wings.
Marriage.
So that right there gave me confidence. I'll never forget that. And it wasn't even real because I didn't technically hit him hard enough that he would fall down. It was just a sequence of events that took place that made it look like that. But when the coach came out there and the other players saw it, it gave me confidence. That next year, this football player was actually very good. Very good. I was player of the week. I went on to play college ball. I became it was all because of confidence. Mm-hmm. I've kind of lost that the last couple of years because of a lot of, turning 50 didn't help out, situation and this and all these different excuses. But you look at successful business people and you can just see it in their eyes. There is nothing that is going to get in my way, right? I mean, Ben, you see every day in the chamber in Seminole County, Florida, when you see these business owners, you can look in their eyes and go, got it going on. And you can look into somebody's eyes and go, don't got it going on.
There is a drastic difference between somebody that's got the swag and somebody that really wants to be something that they ain't.
Right. And it's
big difference.
It's confidence. And I've said that for years and I forgot. And just the other day, I thought about this. I'm like, what is missing? It's nice to you celebrate your little wins. And that's something that I've got to work on. I'm not a big little win celebrator. I'm a big win celebrator, which never happens, right? Because you're always wanting more. I've got to get better at that. So, little wins. The other day at the spa, we had a new patient and they came in and they brought a friend and they both signed up. That's a little win on a Saturday.
That's a big win, Bailey, actually. For you guys,
a big win. It's a win, right? It's a win. And it's funny because, when Rach came home and she was, telling me about the day and all this kind of stuff. And I said, can I tell you something? And you're going to think I'm crazy. And she goes, there's nothing that you could possibly say to me after 13 years where I'd think you're crazy. I said, okay. I said,
that's fair.
I go, I was talking to myself the other day when you were telling me about, what you had to do on Saturday going into the spa. And you said, yeah, tell me about the new patient. In my head, the other day when I was doing yard work, I had these scenarios that I make up in my head and just to keep me company. And I was going through you going to work on Saturday, which by the way is appointment only, at a Live Ozone Therapy Spa, liveozonetherapyspa.com. You can book on the brand new app. And this new patient came in and they had two other people with them. And so I'm playing this out in my head because it keeps me busy as I'm doing other things. And this person actually did bring somebody else with them. Isn't that weird?
You manifested it. You put it out there and the universe said, this time you're right, Billy. Bam.
Is that intuition? Is that psycho? What is that?
It's called manifesting your destiny.
Manifesting my destiny.
I bet that'd be a good book.
Manifesting my destiny. Yeah. Woman festing. Ooh.
Yeah, no. Isn't there a book or a essay or something? Just manifest destiny.
Manifest.
That is a thing.
That's the thing. I got free audio credits on Amazon. I might get that. You know, that's you. But you
Google it.
You have to tell yourself over and over again that it's like, you know, it's like what's the character from Saturday Night Live? And damn it, people like me. Like
Stuart Smalley.
You have to do that on a daily basis. Now, I've always been one to preach, you know, it's like that's for the weak and this and this and this and that. And maybe this is one of those things where I'm being hypocritical, but let me tell you, it's a thing. Like you know, when you get hit with a bunch of different bullets and you're not wearing, you know, any vest, you have to constantly tell yourself you're rocking and rolling. What?
I just saw the actual meaning of manifest destiny, and it has
That's
nothing
not
to do
the
with
one.
this.
It's not the one. It's manifest your own destiny. Not
Yeah, that's not what I was thinking, though. So
I know.
what I was thinking, completely wrong.
I'm
That's
curious.
not-
I'm curious on what your definition is, if you don't mind sharing.
Mine?
Well, the one that
yeah, it was a 19th century belief that the United States was destined to expand across North American continent. It was a justification for westward expansion.
Yeah, that's not it.
It's the same thing you're talking about, really. Exactly identical.
I thought you were talking about like some freaky porn, you know, like Manifest Destiny was like a stripper or something at one time.
Man, you face destiny.
And now coming to the floor, ladies and gentlemen, manifest destiny.
Anyway, I'll give
Good to see her.
a full recap of the Taffer experience, and hopefully he'll be on. And if not, so be it. But either way, and again, it's open to the public. So if anyone wants to go out, again, we released this episode on Wednesday, and it is Wednesday, October 15th is when they're doing the ribbon cutting. And it's like 3:00 in the afternoon. So you'd have to go.
I've got some friends that he ripped their ass on his show. Maybe they want to go celebrate his new bar. Ooh, I think somebody should do like a spy thing where they go in his bar and see if it's dirty.
I wouldn't mess with Taffer, man. I mean, he's
Whatever.
Well, I mean, that's part of the TV show. You know, if you signed up for that, you can't have a perfect, like, what do these people think that they're going to have? He's going to come in. Like, did you not watch an episode? He's just going to come in and go, oh, everything's great. We don't need 30 minutes to do this episode.
No, actually, I saw a couple episodes where everything was great, but they still weren't making money. No. And that was the cool thing is he went, okay, we got to dig deeper because your food looks good. Your bar is clean. It looks like you've got good customer service. What are you doing wrong? We got to dig deeper and find out what the actual problem is because your bar is being run really well.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw a couple episodes like that, and I was like, I like that. It's a little twist.
Yeah, but there's still some type of conflict. There has to be conflict. Those
100%. Yeah, but it wasn't your expected, you know, your standard issue problem.
That's something that I've learned. I've learned a lot, you know, being a business owner, but is before you try to find out what you are doing wrong on the outside, find out what you can fix on the inside. Meaning, if you're not getting business, you're not getting new customers, clients, patients, whatever it is that you do, and you're sitting there going, because with all the things that you can do nowadays, like, oh, do I need to up my Google ads? Because that's what they're going to tell you. They're going to be like, you can reach more with another $1,000.
Yeah, I won't tell you that.
Do I need to up my Facebook ads? You know, do I need to hire a graphic designer? Do I need to hire a social media person because I'm not posting enough and I don't have enough reels out there? Blah, blah, blah. Like, that's kind of where your head goes because of the world that we live in. And I'm not going to lie, I've gone there as well. But what I've learned is that's usually not the case. You take a step back and you go, what do I already have that I'm not utilizing to the fullest extent? And that's what we're doing currently with Alive, is like trying to find, you know, our bread and butter. I mean, is getting new patients. How do we get new patients, and how do we keep retention, which is still very high, but still we could always do better. We have all these different programs that we have to use, subscribe to, pay for, and this and that. We're not utilizing them the way we should be utilizing them. And we're not saying the things to the patients as they leave that we should be saying to the people as all this other different stuff. Like, are we telling people, hey, look, there are all these ozone infused, natural, in-house made products that you can buy before you leave that can be helpful to your situation or any situation. You can get them on the brand new Alive Ozone Therapy app. Are
magnesium butter?
Magnesium butter is like crack to people. They love it. Are we doing those things? So, like that's kind of probably what you were talking about with Taffer when he went into some of those places going, hey, like, you guys are doing great, but, Dolly in the back, she's slacking a little bit, and it might have something to do with her being born without a tongue. So maybe we replace Dolly with Molly, because Molly, although blind, she's got a tongue. So they work together and they can figure the shit out on their own.
The Helen Keller of the kitchen. You put those two together, man.
Woo! Woo! Big Suey!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Every time I say "woo," you're going to hogs.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's the Taffer stuff.
That's
Foxx,
Hello.
Foxx, as you continue to try to find a lesbian lover, sugar mama. That's what we're looking for, right? A sugar mama lesbian lover.
Yeah. More of a long-term relationship, companionship thing. Yeah, but okay, yeah, you can call it that.
Okay, a buddy that likes women. A women buddy that likes women.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
A fuddy. Okay. A woody. Woody.
Not a Woody. No. You've gone too far.
And so you're on all these dating apps. Your go-to is which one, in case people want to check you out?
Facebook, actually. I've been using that one. It's better. There's not as many fake people or scammers on that.
And it's
you tried Grindr, but it didn't work out.
No.
Grindr's for dirty guys, right?
That's my point. Yeah.
Bumblebee didn't work out. This Zoe, which is supposed to be a lesbian app, that's all scammers and fake people.
Okay. Zoe. Facebook is free, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're finding some type of success with finding your lesbian lover, sugar mama on Facebook dating. And you have, the last one didn't work out. She was a little bit of a chatty Cathy. Just the planets didn't align.
No.
Jacked up teeth.
Yeah. And you talked about her on the show and she didn't like that. So be it, whatever. So now you've moved on and you found somebody that you're going to have like a big date lunch with for the first time. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes, but prior to that, I was talking to what I thought was going to be an appropriate situation. We were doing some real fun chatting back and forth. And then I decided to take your advice, Bailey, about, being upfront about my little overdose situation and how I coded twice or died twice on the way to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And sadly, things went really bad. All of a sudden, it was a militant lesbian, and I triggered her, which is a word that makes me violently ill.
I agree.
Triggered. Yeah. And the backstory is that her wife of 20 years apparently was hooked to street vapes, even though she was a doctor, hooked to street vapes, which apparently are being laced with fentanyl.
Really? What? I'm sorry. Street vape is just a vape
cartridge that they don't go to get at the dispensary. They get off of some dealer on the street.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And lately, for the last couple of years, they've been being laced either inadvertently or intentionally.
Why are drug dealers doing this?
I don't know why
they would kill
why
Yes. Is fentanyl really like that much of a great additive that everybody wants to die? I don't understand.
I got nothing. All I know is that I triggered this girl. And all of a sudden, basically what happened is she had to hunt her down in a morgue. Okay. The girl went, called her, said, I'm going to pick up one more Christmas present. And then that was it.
Oh, and not while you were on a date.
No, a year ago. So now all of a sudden she starts just relentlessly hammering me like I was this woman who she never got the chance to lash out at. And
you were the closure.
Right? Literally, it was like, and you're an addict and an alcoholic and all this, and well, you're lying. Why would you do this? And I'm like, whoa, fudge, you know?
So really, taking Bailey's advice, it worked out because you got that weird little demon part out of her before you got too deep into the relationship.
Is that, you think so?
I don't want to give him credit on this, but it worked out. Yeah.
I don't want to give him credit either. And Ben, I really didn't see it from your perspective on just this moment.
Guys, I'm right here. Like,
oh, Bailey.
Yeah, we're not talking to you right now, Bailey. So Foxx, it was a good thing because this crazy thing lived inside of her. And if you would have gotten into a relationship, no, Bailey, we're not there. Then it would have had its ugly little head come out. Hey, Bailey, have you got anything to add on your show?
I was right?
Semi.
We did that. We did that already. We're past that.
Okay, I'll back off again. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, but yeah, then she started saying that she didn't believe in God, organized religion, and all kinds of other stuff, and I was like, whoo! All right, hey, good luck in your search, and later, deuces. Out.
Yeah, it's better to find out now than later.
Yeah,
I mean, like if you just go by, relationships are a lot like cars, right? That's why I always say everybody should get divorced once. Nobody keeps their first car, but you learn so much from it, and you can then take all those lessons and education and put it towards your second car, or your second marriage, and it'll work out just great, fine and dandy. The honesty is always the best policy. When you go buy a car, you want something to be wrong with it right when you drive it off the lot, so it's still under warranty and you can take it back. You're going out on a date with this, possible sugar mama, lesbian lover, lickety split. You want to find out that she's got the crazy button right then and there, not 6 months down the road when you guys are already kind of intertwined and sharing a cat and, on the
you're stuck in that loan.
Same softball team and sharing plaid and whatever else it is that you do. That's good that you got it out. So you did the right thing, Foxx, by being honest. I mean,
now I do have a date after the podcast with what looks like a pretty hot chick.
Do the same shit.
I think I will.
Not right at the, so is it like a dinner or like a lunch thing?
It's going to be lunch. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Are you picking the restaurant?
Yeah.
Is that the picture you sent in the group text?
Yeah. That's
yeah, I didn't know what that was. I didn't understand it. So she's very attractive. Absolutely. Oh my God. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Well, give us some details on this girl.
That's why he didn't know how to respond. He didn't know what the hell he was looking at.
No, I thought he was just like, oh, great. This is what you were pushing on, not going to be doing the podcast for. That's really what
I didn't know you. I mean, you said possible lunch date. I mean, I guess I could have figured it out. Maybe I just blew by it. It's probably on me, but I didn't understand everything that went into it. So this is the girl. Can I post? Can I?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty. I like the shoulder tattoo.
I know, right? I didn't see that until I was sending it. I was like, ooh, sexy.
Yeah, pretty hot.
I was talking to her before I was talking to the sugar mama with the farm and the fentanyl deal. This one lives in the land, and we've been talking. Yeah. I know. And we've been talking on and off for a while, and basically we bonded over bacon.
As you do. I find it hilarious that a couple of lesbians bonded over meat.
Mm-hmm. Bacon.
Yeah. That is kind of, how did you bond over bacon? What was the
she had a picture that said anything's better with bacon, and I wrote crispy or not. She
seems a bit younger than you. How much younger?
You know what? I'm not sure how much younger, but
I feel like you could have done better with the bacon retort than crispy or not, Foxx.
I know. It was terrible.
You got way more in the chamber than that comeback.
I'm not really sure what I wrote, but it was something to do along the lines of you like your you like your bacon crispy. What you want to say, stiff? She's a grandmother, so she's old enough.
Okay. What does she do for a living?
She's a general contractor for a general contracting company.
That's a man's job right there. You got a good one. So
does she have Spotify?
Yeah, we'll put her on there. Yeah,
This is happening.
Well, I'm getting ready to tell her. But she has to wear a ball cap to work every day. But she's actually very feminine. She's getting her nails done before we go to lunch.
Well, I'm a man's man, and I get my nails done too.
Yeah, you get a mani-pedi, I know, but
I do. I'm a big fan of the mani-pedi. I like it.
It's actually a nice time, isn't it?
It's a great time. It's amazing.
When a straight dude talks about mani-pedi, he has to grunt when he says it, though. A mani-pedi,
Yeah.
Mani-pedi. Now with those new Apple earbuds, I can finally understand what them bitches are saying while they're scrubbing on my feet.
They're always talking about their telenovas, aren't they? I mean, soap
They're
operas.
talking trash about you. There's a kid on TikTok, I think, or Instagram, one of the two. Anyway, he's great because he speaks Mandarin and Chinese, and so he goes into these different restaurants.
White kid.
Yeah, and he like starts listening, and then he hears what they're saying, and then responds to them as they're talking trash.
And they go, "Oh shit."
There's also a female. I don't think she's like that well known, a good looking female comedian that has a bit about her going in and getting, I mean, it is probably one of the best told comedy bits that I've heard in a very long time. I don't remember the girl's name, but it is funny. And she tells a story how she goes in to get her nails done and she does the voices. And
one nail, just one.
Yeah.
Angela Johnson.
Okay, she's like, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? And like, no, it's like, oh, girlfriend, you need a boyfriend, and we need the gel on here. That's an extra $5. And she,
you want crinkle gel?
Yeah, you want, oh my God, it is hilarious. If she's bigger than what I thought, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with.
Oh, it's Angela Johnson from Mad TV initially. Yeah, that thing makes me laugh. You want how long you want your finger? Long? Not too long? Just short? You had no boyfriend? That's why you had no boyfriend.
That's why you had no boyfriend.
That's right.
And she's actually like Mexican.
Yes, she is. And
But
she doesn't speak Spanish, though.
But the way she does the accent is like so not racist.
Dead on.
So awesome. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So this girl, can you say her name? Can we use her name, or you want to use a fake name, or what?
Michelle.
Okay, Michelle, the grandmother from DeLand, Florida, that Foxx has found on the lesbian dating section of Facebook, has a big lesbian sugar mama lickety split date with a very attractive lady. And we are going to, first and foremost, Foxx, do what on this date?
Oh, I'm going to actually say hello and meet this person face to face.
You're going to tell her what?
Well, not right out of the gate. We're going to talk. I'm going to get to know her a little bit.
Eventually, you're going to tell her what?
Oh, fine. We'll tell her that I had a problem with some cocaine after I got fired from radio and a couple of car accidents, and that I died when my dealer mixed in some fentanyl. And here I am. God gave me another chance, and
right.
Want to go out?
And if she's still there,
important thing to tell her.
She should love you for that. She should love you for that.
You also have to tell her, by the way, we're talking about you on our podcast.
Oh yeah, and you've been top content on
that. You are a topic of conversation, Michelle.
Yeah.
We might have used your name and your love of bacon.
Okay, so you know when I was talking about the confidence and the intuition story earlier in the show?
Yeah. I
think I'm getting it back. I'm getting my dinosaur back. I'm getting my superpowers back. I'm feeling a lot of good things happening, right? I'm feeling it. There's just this vibe. I'm feeling it. And when I feel something, it's real. My feel is real. I feel real, really feel. And I'm feeling good about this date with you, Foxx, and this girl. I think that when you tell her about your situation, her reply is going to be compassionate, empathetic, and inquisitive.
I think you're right. Now, remember the lady, the one that put in the friend zone, she was very empathetic and compassionate about that situation too. But, very much so. This last one, the one that triggered, that was weird. I did not expect that result because of how the first one responded and reacted. So hopefully today will go better.
She sounds like she had a Karen haircut.
She did.
See?
She did, and she had
Stereotypes exist for a reason. I got to
Yeah.
keep saying it.
Yeah.
and she did, and she lived on a farm, and so yeah, there was that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what do you like? What do you expect to get? So let's say this date goes well, right? And what was this crunchy eyes? I'm just asking a question. So what you what do you expect to get out of what? Like, say it goes well, and then what's next? I haven't dated in so long. I was always an eager dater, right? Because I'm a relationship guy, and most of the time I'd want a relationship. There are some times that I didn't, but they're very few and far between. I just wanted my soulmate. I wanted somebody that I can, Friday night, not have to worry about going out, sit there in front of the television and watch something and eat some popcorn and get in bed at 10 and, do a little canoodling and touching and
Netflix and chill.
Those days there was no Netflix, but what I'm saying is that's what I've always wanted. I enjoy that more than anything. Rach and I talk about this all the time. Our favorite time during the day is that 8 o'clock period when we're in bed and we're watching television together. That's it. Like we have some popcorn and, we have sweet treats. What's that?
Popcorn and cheese.
Popcorn and cheese. Yeah, popcorn and cheese. So what is it that you, Foxx, are looking for? Say this goes well. What's next? What's the next step in the lesbian dating handbook?
Well, in the lesbian dating handbook, the third date is when you bring the U-Haul, pack your shit, and move in with her.
Is that a joke or is that true?
True.
Is that lesbians move in together more quickly than straight people?
Most. Yeah, most. It's a very fast moving process. I do not belong.
Ironically, in lesbianism, there's less fish in the sea. They got to move in when they can.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
It's like I can pick up half the rent, but I'm not going to be able to get it to you all at one time. I'm going to have to do payments. I can use plaid, right?
Can I pay in Gitases?
Throw in a vest.
And plaid, nice.
So that's a thing, right? Every third day. That's interesting.
Isn't it?
Really interesting. Okay. And why is that? Is because compatibility
usually they can't get enough of these people, the other person, both ways, like sort of like what you were saying, it's like you just know that you're compatible and you don't want to be away from that person. But I don't necessarily, it has happened before, usually out of necessity. But no, this person, the schedules probably don't mesh, so the dating process will be drug out a little bit if it does work out.
Don't use the word drug.
That's true.
It'll
definitely be take over time.
More of an elastic timeline. Yeah, we understand.
Yeah, that kind of thing, because we both have a lot of obligations.
I hope this works. I hope this works out for you. I really do. I'm excited because I feel like I'd be like a part of it. Just the stories and stuff, and I think it'd make you happy. And then I get to learn as we go, and you get to share stories. And I just think that's really, really neat. Really neat. I think that's cool.
Going back to something that you were sharing with us earlier about how you feel like your confidence got beat down, smushed.
Yeah.
It's not really your confidence as much as you got humbled. You get hurt, you get humbled more. Your confidence level has been pretty strong. It's the humility thing, I think, that hurts, that hits you most.
Me, it's confidence. It was confidence. It's without a doubt. I mean, you can have two different types of confidence, right? You can have a real confidence and false confidence. You can pretend. I mean, I see meet people on a daily basis that have fake confidence. And those are the people I cannot stand. I just didn't have any, I mean, it was little to none. And people, or in my case, that go through that, it's kind of weird. It's a double-edged sword. People like that, like me, they want so much and expect so much that those little wins that I was talking about that you achieve, you don't appreciate. So when you don't celebrate those little wins, that diminishes your confidence even more because you're waiting for the big win. And even when you get to the big win, you are looking at tomorrow going, is it still going to be there?
Right.
A #1 radio show in Atlanta, Georgia, top 10 market. And I remember the first time that we were number one in the ratings in numerous demographics, which we were never supposed to have. I mean, we had like a 13,000 watt stick facing Black America, and we were an all white guy talk show on a rock station where the music was dying, and we were for years number one. And I remember going into that room and telling my team, I had a show of like 6, 7, 8 people, and I say, hey, look, guys, it's great to have success and and enjoy it, but tomorrow pretend like we're in last place. Now, as a leader and as a manager, I guess I think that's the right thing to do. But now that I look back on it, I should have probably celebrated that success a little bit more so they felt appreciated. But instead I was like, that's great, guys, suck it up. Let's move on. We got to keep this. And so that's the problem with people like me, and why you lose your dinosaur is because you can't celebrate those wins. And I'm working on it. I mean, it's, again, turning 50 didn't help either, but it's.
Yeah, I mean, daily affirmations like Stuart Smalley, they're okay. But every once in a while, and maybe ritualistically, you've got to try this. You and Rachel just sit down and count your blessings, because you are blessed. Mm-hmm. And, every day that you wake up is a blessing. Okay.
I found myself becoming more spiritual, even borderline religious in the past couple years. And I know it's easy to say that's a cop out, because of this and because of that. But, and a lot, this is going to sound odd, but the Charlie Kirk stuff really started making me think about that aspect of my life and how I can contribute more. And also people now that are in my life through business and personal, they're all very religious people, very patriotic people, very religious people. And, but the religion thing, I'm like, you know what? I got to get back to that. I got to get back to some of my roots and this and this and that. So it's very, finding your dinosaur, getting it back. And it's part of life though, right? I mean, you don't want to be even keel, no roller coaster does this, you got to go, but this is an uptick, man. This is an uptick for everybody. It's an uptick for, I think, the uptick for the world, an uptick for me, uptick for you, Foxx. You're, Bald Badger, you're getting ready to go kill stuff in the woods. That's an uptick. Right. That's a win. You were at the range the other day. You could have thwarted a terrorist attack, but you didn't, but you thought about it. At least you know it now. You know what I mean? Foxx is getting ready to go out with what I think is going to be the one, for lickety splits. So I'm very excited about it for you.
Who pays on a lesbian date?
It depends. I invited her, so I'll offer. Okay, and I might be matched. There might be a fight over it. I'll win, but I'll pay for it.
Yeah,
that was one of the most butch things I've ever heard you say right there.
I would have thought that. Yeah, I would have thought like whoever's the butchier of the two is obligated to pay. Now if there are two gay guys, and you have to be very careful. Like when you say I'm going stag, because somebody could possibly misinterpret what you're saying. You know what I mean? When you go out there and do that. But I would think it's whoever's butchier. You seem to me like you might be the butchier of the two, even though she's a GC.
Yeah, and masculine. That's what they call it, a mask. I'm not a stud. I'm not, butch is like not really in the vernacular anymore, but I'm what they call mask, because I'm kind of I mask the fact that I'm gay, but I'm clearly more manly in my mannerisms.
Rocky Dennis mask. I'm so proud of you.
I want to go to Kathmandu.
One of the best lines in cinematic history. What are we wearing on this lesbian lover sugar mama date?
Flannel.
You can't wear the Krispy Kreme outfit. No.
Pair of jeans, nice blouse, and it's kind of chilly out, so I got to ride my bike.
Are you going with the blouse, or are you going with like a denim Western shirt? You seem to rock that look pretty often.
I got
which is a good look for you. Okay.
What are you thinking, Bailey?
Forget the clothing for a second. You just said you're going to ride your bike.
I have to. When you want me to Uber down?
Otherwise, she can't get there.
Yeah, won't hold your horses.
Oh, God.
Are you going to offer the Uber again, Bailey?
Well, here's the thing. Are you having lunch near your house?
I'm downtown. So that's like 25 blocks.
So just ride your bike there 20 minutes early and walk up to the venue.
That's what I was planning. As soon as this thing's over, I'm dippity do.
Yeah, 2 different scenarios. Go way early so she doesn't see you 40-year-old virgin it. Or 2, just Uber and be like, that's my driver.
Have you not seen my e-scooter? It's cool as fudge.
Did you name it yet?
No. What, you got an idea?
No, I just didn't know if you named it one of the
No.
stupid shit that people
I did have an idea. I didn't want to post it.
Mm.
Your Dykesicle.
Nice. Because you see how it says Tamo Bike and it's spelled with a freaking Y? And nobody wants to put that up there, but I know somebody's got it there. But you see how it says bike is spelled with that Y, just like Dyke. So
Dykesicle. That's nice.
that is nice. You should write it up there.
And have it play. Fuck that.
Or it could just be the Licksicle.
Yeah, and have that ice cream music, as you go. Dude, I would real quick. The other night I walked outside because it was so nice outside, and I just like walking around. I like my house.
Were you wearing pants or shorts or something? Please tell me.
Yeah. But it was like in the evening, and usually like I wouldn't be outside. I'd be probably in bed or something. But Rach comes out. It's like, what are you doing out here? I was like, I'm just walking around. I'm just happy right now. And I like our house, and I like the way that it looks at night and this and that. She comes out and joins me, and we're just kind of talking this and that. And I hear the ice cream man. I haven't heard the ice cream man in years. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, he was very, very close. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking around my neighborhood going, ice cream man, ice cream man, no, ice cream man. Where are you? Ice cream man. I couldn't find the ice cream man.
He was selling Cubans on Providence.
I was so ready to fork over whatever I needed to fork over for an orange push-up pop. I could not find it.
You thought it was the ice cream man. It turns out it was just a quinceañera, the neighborhood next to you.
Right?
So I would think that on one of these lesbian lickety split sugar mama days, that they would have more of an issue, and I could be wrong, with you not having a vehicle than you overdosing and dying twice off of drugs.
No, it's been explained. First of all, I do have a driver's license. The issue that comes up is the reason why I don't, and I explained the reason I don't have a car is because car insurance for me is through the roof.
Gotcha.
So I choose not to have a car. I could have one, Bailey. I could pay the car now.
You should get a motorcycle.
I've thought about it. Or a real scooter, a gas scooter.
No. Okay, I'm trying to butch you up a little bit. Get your motorcycle, and you can boom, and you can be the tough bitch cruising down the road with your hair flowing, and look all badass when you pull up for your date. And insurance is optional.
Look, I like scooters. They're very lesbian-esque. You get a Vespa, a Vagpa. Those are pretty cool. Here's why that had nothing to do with what you're able to do. I was not diminishing that you could get. No. My point is that in my experience, when whatever is going on in your life, whether you choose to do it or not, whether you can or can't, and it inconveniences someone else, that's when it becomes a problem. So, you dying twice of the drug stuff, that's over and done with. You've learned from it. You're a better person. Thank God you're still with us, right? Making the world a better place, in my opinion. But the bitch ain't got a car. That means that I'm going to go have to pick her up. That's inconveniencing me. That's a problem. I don't know if I want to date you if I got to pick you up every time. That was my point.
Yeah, I get you. I'll work on it.
Yeah. No, you don't have to work on it. I'm just thinking out loud is comparing which one would be a bigger issue. The other chick had a problem with, the dying thing. That's her problem. The car thing, I think I would have a problem with that. If I met a girl, if I was single and I'm out there and I met a girl, and she's like, hey, I just drive a bicycle everywhere. I'm like, screw that, dude. I don't want to come pick you up every day.
Not a question I would think to bring up. How'd you get here?
You're right. You wouldn't even think, you wouldn't even ask that question. But that's just me thinking outside the box. Are you going to bathe before you go?
I showered before the show, so this wasn't a lot of high energy work, so I think I'm good.
You put cream on, lotion, or deodorant?
Yeah. I'm not dry. My hygiene's good. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Well, here's why I ask, and this is a very serious thing. The older I get, and I'm a big hygiene guy, don't get me wrong, but the older I get, I found myself bathing less. And it became a concern, so much so that I Googled, do you bathe less as you get older? And Google responded with yes.
Yep.
You often bathe less as you get older. The answer that they give is kind of technical because skin produces less oil and you may be less active, making daily showers unnecessary for health and hygiene. Generally, bathing 2 to 3 times a week is sufficient for most older adults, but hygiene can be maintained by washing key areas like the face, underarms, and groin with a washcloth.
Wash your junk.
But in that order, not the opposite order.
So, that's kind of the Google answer, but I found myself bathing less and more strategic just because I've become lazy.
What do you mean strategic? Where'd we get strategy out of this?
Glad you asked that, Benjamin. Strategic means, for example, I play tennis every Saturday morning, weather permitting. So on Friday, even though I've gone to the gym, I usually bathe before I go to bed. There's no reason for me to bathe that night before I go to bed because I'm just going to get up in a couple hours and play tennis and bathe again.
But did you bathe after the gym that morning?
No, didn't need to.
Okay, so you just festered in the gym funk until you were done with tennis the next day.
My workout is not overly rigorous. I can tell you that right now. So I can deodorant it up.
Yeah, but you still get Fermunda with the gym. I'm just saying.
Well, here's what happened. Like this past weekend, I did that and I was rained out. So I had nasty undercarriage smell. And now I'm in the middle of the day and I'm caught in kind of bathing purgatory. So I was like, okay, well, I've got to do something active in order to kind of, I don't know, justify me not bathing the night before. So Rach and I go to the gym, we work out, undercarriage smell.
And then you blame it on her.
Kicks in even more. Then I came home and I was like, I was able to get 2 workouts in and only 1 shower. That's a win right there. But again, the point is, the older I get, the less I bathe. It's either because I'm becoming more strategic or I'm becoming lazier. That's why I asked.
It's a bucket of yes. So anytime you work out, you should bathe. But if you've got 2 days of lackadaisical living and you're just chillaxing and there's no oils or funk or you're offending yourself, I don't see a problem with skipping a shower for 2 days.
Well, understand, I work out in the morning, right? So my days consist of getting up at 6 a.m., getting out of the house as soon as possible, going to the gym. I'm there for about an hour or so, and then coming home and coming up to my studio and working the rest of the day. I'm not going in the shower. I shower before I go to bed because it helps me sleep better.
But even if you just get a quick rinse shower and just soap your nards, man, see, that's where we differ. Because I'm all about I don't have to shower every day, but if I sweat at all, I'm gonna hop in the shower. I'm gonna rinse down. I'm gonna bathe my nards and feel better about life.
You bathe my nards, you nard bather.
I'm not bathing either of your nards.
You're
question
not much
is,
of a nard bather.
What about the sheets?
They smell like sheet.
Yeah, they smell like sheet. If you're going in there and you're coming in from a day, gym in the morning, whole day long, and then you plant your stank butt in the bed on those sheets, God knows how long. I hope she changes them, or you guys change them once a week at least.
We do, just for dust and allergens. And we got 4 dogs that sleep with us.
Sweat stank, yeah.
I sweat every night. I don't know why. And it's like it comes and goes, but I just sweat.
You're getting the hot flashes going through the change, are you?
I think so. Yeah. I think I'm going through something. I don't know what it is, but I'm
between the dogs and the smoking hot wife. You just can't keep your sweat to yourself at night, huh?
I can't. All right. What if she shows up? What if your lesbian sugar mama shows up to the date and she hasn't showered? She hasn't bathed. She doesn't believe in it.
You have to leave.
What do?
I don't believe that'll happen, but
no, hypothetically, if she smells funny.
Probably cut things short, with the pretend phone call.
And
text.
And I would assume, and again, I don't know, but I would assume because, the lesbian sexual stuff is all focused on mouth to junk, right?
Mostly, yes.
Right. So you're deep diving every time
Literally.
for a while. When you have a straight relationship, you don't have to go. That's an option.
Oh no, that's what you boys think it's an option. It really should be,
No,
like,
it is. I mean, it's an option.
Really? Is that how you feel, Ben?
I'm allergic to the yuck.
It's an option. Look, you're coming to a pole vaulting contest. You're not coming to a pie eating contest. So I can pole vault and not eat pie and still satisfy you at this event.
These analogies are confusing the shit out of me.
I am so confused. I thought it was a hair pie. Now I'm.
But just follow along, dum-dums. But for lesbians, it's always a pie eating contest. You're not invited to the pole vault. So I make sense. Trust me, I make sense.
Sure. What happened to the strap-on pole vault?
See,
it was in a pie.
You don't go there with analogies. It's all innuendo. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, my mistake. Your innuendo was confusing.
Somebody understands it makes sense. All right, look, let's wrap this up so Foxx can go get her date on. Let me get you your what the fuck video for this episode. Here we go.
What the fuck?
No, this one's good.
Ma'am, I stopped you for speeding. You were going 112.
Well, the sign back there said 112.
That is Highway 112, not the speed limit sign.
Yes, I love her. I want to hang out with her.
Is that the same lady that was riding with a bear?
If she's a gimmick on social media, I don't know. Everybody knows I love old people. I got a soft spot in my heart for old people.
She's rad.
She's hysterical.
Love old people.
I don't know if this is the time for it. You said old people? How's the mom thing going?
Oh,
who, my mom?
Time for that conversation? Yeah.
What do you want to know?
You were gonna have a thing built, and I haven't heard anything about it for a while.
Oh,
for your mom to live with you?
I thought we followed that up.
I don't remember following that up. Maybe we did.
Yeah. Like it's off. Like I haven't spoken to her in weeks.
Oh, I didn't realize it had gone down like that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's the oddest thing, but it's so MO of my entire relationship with my mother. It is everything that I grew up with that I despised, that I thought we had gotten past. And it's always
reared its ugly head
over the dumbest stuff. And it makes zero sense. So for those that don't know what we're talking about, we were going to move my mother into the house. We were going to build an ADU, an accessory dwelling unit, or a tiny house in the back. And I was jumping through all these hoops, talking to these people and getting these done and site maps. And I was doing a lot of work on top of everything else that I'm doing. And then, she was the one that said, yeah, let's do it now. And there were all these kind of terms, little terms like, you can't have the cat, can't have the dog, and this and that. And then and I scheduled people to go to her house, so we could start working on trying to sell her house and this and this and that. But her house stinks. She can't smell, but she doesn't realize her house stinks with all the dogs and the cats and stuff. And she's a hoarder. I mean, she's turned into that old. I mean, it's sad and it's weird. And it's just an after school special that I never thought that I would be living. Anyway, so she starts canceling all these appointments and this and this and that. And she goes back to doing what she always does. And that's lie and make stories up and pretend like shit doesn't happen. And I'm like texting her going, what's going on? What's going on? I tried to call her. Nothing. Haven't spoken to her in weeks. She's not called me. Nothing. She texted me a couple times. I'd sent somebody over to do a wind mitigation because she needs to get new house insurance, home insurance, set her up with somebody with FBC insurance. And you take care of it. I can't help you anymore. You don't want my help. So I'm like, this is what I do to people. If you want to be a team, we can be a team. And I will be the best teammate you could possibly have. I'll give you the shirt off my back. But the second you screw me over and you don't participate in being on the team, I want nothing to do with you. I don't care who you are. Friend, mom, doesn't matter. So hands off, figure it out. So you're going to be 80 years old soon. I'm sure at some point in her life, she'll grow up, but she's getting to a point where she can't live by herself.
I apologize if I got you riled up. I hadn't gotten, I know we had talked about it was off, but I didn't know the ins and outs of why
Oh, I don't care. I mean, it's, it's the story of my life with her. It's just like, it's just one of those things. And when she dies, I mean, literally I'll have no one to talk to about her because my brother and I don't talk. I'm sure he'll reach out and see if she left him anything, but that's kind of how he is and the extent of that. It's just a shit.
You can talk to us about it, Bailey.
Yeah, you can.
We're here.
Oh, and I will. I promise you. This podcast will be my therapy for whatever goes down and however it goes down. But I thought we talked about it. So anyway, that's it.
Off air, I didn't remember discussing the details though.
Yeah, that's it. All right, look, this is a Free Bay episode, and we appreciate you listening and dealing with us. That's pretty cool. Remember that there are 3 episodes of the BS weekly, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday are for subscribers, and you can join that community. We hope you do by going to jasonbailey.com. It's $4.99 a month. I mean, break it down. It's a couple cents a show, and you get plenty of content throughout the week. 3 different shows, 5 days a week in total with the BPX, the Bailey Podcast Exchange. Honey, I Raised the Kids release on Monday with me and Rach talking about being empty nesters and starting our second lives. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, it's the BS, the Bailey Show podcast, again with Tuesday and Thursdays being for subscribers and subscribers only. And then Fridays, we have the Vinyl Road podcast. That's with me and Brad Stewart of Saliva talking rock and roll stories from the road life and everything in between. Remember, with the sub episodes, not only do you get future sub episodes, but you get the hundreds of prior episodes and thousands of hours of content that you can go back and listen to in the BS catalog. So all those
details.
Yeah. I mean, the Pantyhose Rapist was a sub episode. It was a thing. So I know that he was on like one other podcast and they didn't mention that he was.
It's not a thing.
The Pantyhose Rapist. Okay. It's like interviewing Superman and not talking about being Superman. Like, what are you doing? But those are the pros. Let me tell you, they know everything.
Tell us about your new glasses.
Amazing. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Is that something that you're into or just want to know how it works? Again, you get all the shows and get on the website, get in the newsletter and all that good stuff. JasonBailey.com, our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut, onceuponacoconut.com. Use the discount code BS Podcast 10. Go to YouTube, right? The Bailey Podcast Exchange, linked off of JasonBailey.com. For whatever reason, lately, just gaining all kinds of subscribers on YouTube. I don't know why. I have no idea, but it's cool. Every time I go, I refresh and it's like an extra 100, an extra 1,000, an extra this, an extra 500, or whatever the case may be. So please join that community. Our newsletter that we're back to sending out once a week, thanks to the Bald Badger. You can sign up for it. All that's free, by the way, jasonbailey.com. You can replace the unsubscribers that are mad at me still for whatever reason.
But they're dwindling. They're definitely getting less each one.
Yeah, each one. We're finally ridding ourselves of the haters, and that's okay.
Then in the herd.
All right, Foxx, you got anything before we get out?
Yeah, let you know how this lunch date goes, good or bad.
Good luck to the Foxx on the lesbian lover sugar mama lunch date. I wish you nothing but the best.
Damn it.
All right, Bald Badge, you got anything before we get out?
Yeah, I took an IQ test, got the results back. They were negative.
Oh,
good stuff. All right, have yourself a great, safe rest of your day. If you're going to be doing some drinking, I understand. I get it. If that's too much, please don't get behind the wheel of a car. I've lost way too many friends like that. I definitely don't be go posting stupid stuff on social media, or you'll lose a bunch of friends. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for the support. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Till next time, check out thebaileyshow.com. Make sure you like, share, follow on all socials. I leave you with these parting words.
Never got a pink slip either. You know what I would get? A guy would come around to my desk and say, "Get the fuck out of here!"
What do we want to talk about?
3 different shows, 5 days a week, 1 feed, details, and to subscribe, jasonbailey.com.